Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? Great to see all of you here today. Question today, Mark, am I the universe? And how does this stuff work? I hear a lot of teachers say, I am the universe, experiencing myself as the universe. Please shed some light on this and break it down. Okay, that's a great question. Yes, so the truth is that you are the universe. You are experiencing a fractal part of yourself as a being. You split and you become this person, this man, this woman, this identity, this name, all of that. That's who you are. But here's something deep that I want you to understand and comprehend. All right, you got to stop thinking of the universe and start thinking from the universe. In other words, we have this separation between us and the universe, or the reality, or the invisible field. So we separate ourselves. We look at this thing as a third person or another entity. And this is not how it works. Because what happens is, imagine you have yourself and you're separating yourself from yourself. It's really going to diminish your power to manifest. So what you have to understand, guys, is that in your life, I give an example why this is important, because many of us, and I get this all the time, you'll say, well, Mark, am I doing it right? Will the universe punish me? Mark, will the universe, if I do it this way, will the universe not know exactly what I want? But Mark, what if I do it too much? Will the universe think I'm in a state of lack? Well, Mark, will the universe think I'm in a state of doubt? What about if I try it this way, will I create more resistance? See, because this only happens because you are not aware that you are the universe. People, there is nobody out there that is controlling your destiny except you. There is not another person. There's not an entity. There's not a judge. There's not a jury from whatever it is you want. It is your own mind and conceptual reality. So when you stop taking yourself and looking out to the universe like it's someone else, and then when you start accepting yourself that, oh, wait a minute, I'm the one doing all this stuff. Okay, no, this is not going to create any resistance for me. No, this is not going to stop my manifestation, because I'm the one that's doing it. You change your flow. The reason why this happens, it's a balancing system. You have your conscious and you have your unconscious mind. And what tends to happen is the unconscious mind is more illogical, the conscious mind is more structural. So you have an identity problem. You don't have a who you are, what you are problem. You just have an identity problem. You're trying to figure out what I am. So the best way for you to manifest and keep whatever, you have to look and see from the perspective that you are everything. You give yourself the permission to get it, and you also give yourself the permission not to get it. I'll give another example of this. This is why it's important. Okay, when it comes to goals, and a lot of teachers do, well, I'll put it to you like this. A lot of individuals or a lot of things are out there, and people teach the way they want to teach, and you gotta go with what resonates with you. All right. So here's how I see the big picture. You know, it says that when you're manifesting something, you have to start small so that you can build a belief. Just don't go to the big stuff yet. Okay. I used to follow that format years ago, but you know what came to me recently? It didn't work, and it built more resistance up. And here's what I discovered. Since learning the laws of physics and quantum mechanics and consciousness and everything, it dawned on me that by me limiting myself or settling or not really going for what I want, just making like, okay, I'll get this first and I get this later, I'm actually diminishing what I want. So this is why I now talk about, you hear what I said? I said, there is no more plan B, there's only plan A. There's no more backup plans. There's none of that stuff, because the backup plan is a set that you already failed. And it's not about start small to see what you can believe. No, it's about go full force. Dream big. Get into your imagination. What will get you to where you want to go or where you want to be is new sets of beliefs. You can only build new beliefs by dreaming big of the goals you desire. That's why, now listen, if this wasn't the case, you wouldn't have an imagination. Think about it. Your imagination is not limited. You can imagine the biggest stuff you want. You can imagine the smallest stuff you want. The point is, we're all going to get what we want eventually by what you think and focus on. So by you understand that you are the universe, you have to see the big picture, see the big goal. And the reason this is important, because if you do not do this, you're going to create habits that are going to limit your potential. You're not going to be able to take that calculated risk. You're not going to be able to take that leap of faith to achieve, manifest, and create what you want. You know, being the universe and the manifestation process, it's never about trying. It's never about figuring it out. It's never about, you know, getting the right connections. It has nothing to do with that. It comes down to this factor: releasing, letting it go, letting it flow, detachment. That's all it comes down to. Once you understand the concept of least is more, you get it. Once you understand the concept, nothing gives you everything, you get it. Once you understand the concept that my mind is a limited tool, you get it. Once you understand the concept that is your unconscious mind that generates from an infinite field to bring you what you want, you get it. Once you understand the concept that my imagination serves a purpose. What is my imagination? My imagination is for me to create my desire, my life. You get it. If that wasn't the case, nobody on this planet would be able to have an imagination, to think, to feel, to visualize, to act. None of that would be possible. All of that is possible because those are the tools that you gave yourself as a means to experience your physical world. Bottom line. See how that works? So, the next thing to show you that you are the universe is the laws of physics. When you break the cells down into your body, they become what we call non-material or physical things. They become energy. Well, I got news for you. The energy that is in you is the physical reality that you're experiencing. They mask. They play two different games. They play hide and seek. One plays where you can see it, the other one plays where you can't. But they're the same forms. So you just came from the invisible side to the visible side. That's who you are right now, but who you truly are is the invisible side. So you are the universe. Your stars, bloods, and the iron in your body is from a star. Everything, your consciousness, all that creates that. So once you can understand that, then you can start to think from being the universe instead of think of the universe. You have more power when you know you're the thing versus you don't know you're the thing. When you're the thing, your beliefs get easier. Your manifestations get easier because your confidence get easier. Everything grows for you now. Your subconscious now starts to mimic the world around you. You start to see the mirror effect. You start to see things that you thought were impossible or hard for you. It starts to come into your world. Why is it? Because you just change your simple perception of thinking of the universe and start to think from the universe like you are that thing. Then it's going to radiate outside of you. It's going to attract situations, people, things. Your business will skyrocket. All these things. Because again, this is a self-generated field you're in. Everything around you is generated. You know, the people, your family, all of them are a part of your scenery, of your movie. This is what you are doing here. This is not a serious game. This is supposed to be experience, fun thing. It's supposed to be a cruising, flowing, experiencing life you should be going through. This shouldn't be a stressful, debilitating, worryful, fearful, doubtful life. All of those are impacted by your own mind. Once you understand the concept of the mind and what the mind does and what the mind will continue to do, you can free yourself from the mind. You'll still have the mind, but you free yourself from the mind, because when the mind chatter comes in, you let it pass out, because now you have the answer. Say, oh, I already figured this game out. I know exactly what's going on. That's right. Every day something amazing is about to happen for you. That's your mantra. Why is something amazing is happening? Why is the universe rigged in my favor? Why am I so blessed? Why? All of that is because of you. Look, when you're on this plane here, you're going to go through a lot of stuff. Just part of your journey. You're going to have things that makes no sense to you. You're going to have things that you question why. Why this? Why da 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 da? All that is really irrelevant. And the reason why it's irrelevant, because what's happening is already happening. And if it's happening, trust me, it's happening something for you. And that's all you need to know. Don't bust your brain. Don't try to figure it out. Don't say why, because then you're going off into the deep end and you're just going to create resistance. Just let it flow. Focus on the dream, the goal, and let it come to you, and listen for the advice, listen for the intuition, and then take the inspired action. We make it too complicated because we are associating an intelligent mind with something it cannot comprehend. It's just not going to work. See how that works? You cannot create something that's already been created. That's the memo your conscious mind doesn't get. Your conscious mind thinks you have to create. Your schools, your teachings, your careers, your whatever, they teach you creation. There is no such thing as creation, my friends. There is only tuning into what's already created. And what I have to use the word created to make sense to you. In other words, physicists, theologians all agreed that for something to come, something came from nothing. They all agreed that there can't be a beginning and there can never be an end. There's only cycles. It's only cycles. So if you think you're creating, and that's what your mind thinks, and that's why you get so much stress, that's why you get so much struggle, because you're stuck in something you can't create. So if you know this fact, what do? You align, you tune, you set yourself up, you get on the right frequency, you match it so you catch it. Isn't that so easy? I don't have to go bust my brain and create that. It's already done. This is the mindset you have to change now. When you have your mindset that I don't need to create, I just need to line up to get what's created for me, then everything comes to you, man. Money, the lottery you want, it all must come to you, because again, this is from your perspective, your subjective view of the world you live in. That is the power of the universe. That is who you are. So the question I have, you guys are tuning in, someone asked me, Mark, are we the universe? So this is how it works. And of course, this makes it so much easier because it's always been this way. We make things difficult and complicated through our intellectual mind, through the way the matrix works. We set up these boundaries for ourselves. There is no boundaries for you. You're the one creating the boundaries. You ever hear that saying? The only limitation is in your mind. It's true. Your mind is limitless. So you have to have the limitless mentality and the view of your life. You have to see it already done. Hence, you have an imagination. If this wasn't true, you could never imagine the end result of your goals. Think about that. If you can imagine the end result of whatever it is you want or desire, it literally means it has already taken shape and form somewhere out there. Otherwise, your brain would buck. You'd be like, trying to imagine the end. It cuts off. It's impossible. Every person here can imagine the end of what they want. Your brain cannot cut off on that. Anything that you can imagine for yourself, already done. You're just not experiencing it. So, you want to bring the experience to you. The experience comes when you line up your vibration to the frequency. When you get on the track to your manifestation. Mark, well, how do I get on the track to my manifestation? What is the secret to do all this stuff, man? What is it, man? The secret is mindset. What is your mindset? Where is your mind? What is your mind focusing on? It's two things, your mindset and your focus. That will put you on a trajectory to get what you want. If your focus is on why it's not working, the lack of it, I can't see anything, your mindset will put you to show you more evidence on. If your focus is on the possibilities, I see it, I can expect it, I assume it, you will get it coming into your life. It's a quite simple concept, you know. Yeah, live in the end, because that's all that matters for when you're manifesting. Your unconscious mind will give you what you want. Just don't try to play the role. Just don't try to play the guy that figures out when or how. Just see the end. It brings it to you, and then you get to experience and have the thing that you want. See? So you got to understand the game of life. And once you get that, your whole life will shift. The world becomes your playhouse, as they say, right? Your desires will start to come forth. When you get off course from your mindset, just restructure yourself, reorganize yourself. Get back into your imagination. Get back into the focus. Use your affirmations. These are things that will help you to come forth. That's correct. If someone puts it here, we are just God, and you forgot that you were gods. That's all it is. You're God, and you forgot that you're the gods. You have amnesia, and then when you get back to yourself and you understand, like, oh my goodness, we're doing all. And you know the answers are in your face every single day. They show you this every single day, man. If you want to know if you're a god, go study quantum physics. Quantum physics will shock you. It will make it'll give you the aha moment, and you'll say to yourself, my God, how come they don't talk about this more? So you can call my bluff. Go study quantum physics. They play it right in your face every single day. Quantum mechanics, double slit experiment, quantum entanglement, quantum tunneling, Schrodinger's cat, quantum loop gravity. Maybe because it's maybe complicated for some people, but the answer is in your face every day. It shows you that nothing is real. The only thing that's real is your consciousness, is your observation. Your body, your flesh, all of that is a manifestation of energy to a different state. The only thing that's real is the awareness of who you are. You are connected to a bigger field. You control the atoms, the electrons. You give them awareness because they look to you when you observe something. I mean, that sounds like a god to me. You cannot be destroyed. Your energy will manipulate, will change forms. My goodness, that sounds like a god to me too. What you're doing here now is just a physical construct designed by you for you to experience. You gave yourself an ego to navigate the plane, to play the game. Your awareness is powerful. You have a subconscious. You can bring things from the invisible into the invisible. Well, that's not a God. I don't know what else is a God. When I think of something I want, it can pop into my reality. I control a lot of stuff in my life. When I visualize it, I can manipulate it. It comes into my field. I get to experience it. Da 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 da. I mean, again, it's in your face every day, and you got to wake up and accept it. The problem with the Matrix, what it does, it dummies you down to make you forget who you are. That's what it's really good at. It's really good at confusing you and making you doubt yourself, doubt your abilities. That's what it's designed to do. So you have to understand the world you live in. And quantum physics is your key to that understanding. Alright, guys? So I will see you guys again next time.